see where some things are real shiny? I don't know if you can pick this up, the divots. This is what, see like this right here? This is what I'm trying to get out of this fret. See how we're getting it? And the key is not to take the actual height of the fret off. It's just to get that string divot. That's probably not the technical term, but that's all I'm trying to do here is just re-crown these frets and get the string divot. Guitar actually plays a lot better. Sounds better. And it looks better too. So like one side is longer, and then this side is like shorter.
Okay.
Then when you flip it over, it reverses.
Okay.
And what that does is I'm moving it over this fret that's supposed to look like this, and it's got all these whoop-de-doos in it.
Yeah.
It starts removing more material on this side without touching the top of it. Then I flip it and I start removing the material on the other side. And what I'm trying to do is get that material to crown in right to the point where it's at the top of that fret, and then that just resurfaces that whole fret and makes it like it was supposed to be originally. It's high right there, you hear that? But it's not over here, it's solid. I get a little high spot in that fret right there. I gotta work out. The word tube amps is becoming more and more popular today. The vintage ones all used vacuum tubes in them. In fact, your old radios had vacuum tubes in them. Your TVs had vacuum tubes in them. It was just the technology of the time. When it comes to amps, vacuum tubes have a distinct sound to them that when you're around them a lot, you can pick up on them, versus the new digital solid state ones. Actually, solid state came out in, what, 67? But vacuum tubes are making a comeback today because there's an interest in them. And there's only so many of these old ones around, and the prices are getting really crazy on them. So companies like Fender and everybody else, they're jumping back into this tube market. The difference is on these old tubes, the old tube amps, they're what we call point-to-point. They got a turret board in them, and you can see exactly where the wires run and what they terminate to and the various components on them and everything. On a lot of the new reissue ones, they use solid state. They've got printed circuit boards in them. Does make a difference. The newer ones aren't exactly built like the older ones are. This old amp, this is a 76 Fender Twin Reverb. I can replace pretty much everything on it, and it's going to sound just like it did back in the day. A lot of these components like the transformer and some of the switches and the potentiometer, they'll go on for a really long time. Some of the new ones, not so much. Everybody's saving money and taking shortcuts, and they just don't build them like this anymore. Same old story.